The Millionaire Lifestyle of Pete Sampras. Hey guys, welcome to our channel, Luxury Plus. Petros Pete Sampras is an American former professional tennis player. His professional career began in 1988 and ended at the 2002 US Open, which he won, defeating longtime rival Andre Agassi in the final. He's the only man in the Open era to have won the final Grand Slam tournament at which he competed. Sampras won 14 Grand Slam singles titles during his career, which was an Open era record at the time of his retirement. A then record 7 Wimbledon titles, 2 Australian Opens, and a joint Open era record 5 US Open titles. He's the last American male player to win Wimbledon 2000. He won 64 singles titles in total. He first reached world number 1 in 1993 and held that position for a total of 286 weeks, third all-time, including an Open-era record of 6 consecutive year-end number 1 rankings from 1993 to 1998. A right-handed player with a single-handed backhand, his precise and powerful serve earned him the nickname Pistol Pete. In 2007, he was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. So without any further ado, let's dive in. Early life. Petros Sampras was born on August 12, 1971 in Washington, D.C. He's the third child of Soterios, Sammy, and Georgia Sampras. His mother immigrated from Sparta, Greece, and his father was born in the United States to a Greek father, Kostas Gus Sampras, and a Jewish mother, Sarah Steinberg. He attended regular services of the Greek Orthodox Church on Sundays. At the age of 3, he discovered a tennis racket in the basement of his home and spent hours hitting balls against the wall. In 1978, the Sampras family moved to Palos Verdes, California, and the warmer climate there allowed the 7-year-old Sampras to play tennis for most of the year. From early on, his great idol was Rod Laver, and at the age of 11, Sampras met and played tennis with the legend. The Sampras family joined the Jack Kramer Club, and it was here that Sampras' talent became apparent. As a teenager, Sampras trained with tennis coach Robert Lansdorp. The forehand he learned from Lansdorp was the same forehand he used throughout his career. The key was an emphasis on driving through the ball and not hitting extreme topspin. He was spotted by Dr. Peter Fisher, a pediatrician and tennis enthusiast, who coached Sampras until 1989. Fisher was responsible for converting Sampras' double-handed backhand with the goal of being better prepared to win Wimbledon. Real estate. Pete Sampras has an extensive real estate portfolio and has purchased a multitude of homes in the Los Angeles area over the years. For many years, Pete and his wife lived in an extensive estate in Bel Air. They purchased one home before attempting to sell it years later for $25 million. They eventually lowered the price, selling it for under $17 million. In 2009, Sampras and his wife purchased a property in Brentwood for $5.6 million. In 2016, Sampras put this property on the market for $8.9 million. The following year, they attempted to sell a custom-built home that they had lived in for many years. The couple put a $25 million price tag on the 20-acre property. 6 months later, the couple ostensibly came to their senses, lowering the asking price significantly and eventually agreeing upon a sum of $13.56 million. In 2014, the couple spent about $5.9 million on a new property in Bel Air. Also in 2014, it was reported that Pete Sampras had purchased a second property in Bel Air, California for just over $3.5 million. This second property was adjacent to the house they had already purchased. In 2017, it was reported that Pete had sold a property in Los Angeles for $7.25 million. Personal life. Pete Sampras' wife is Bridget Wilson, who was once Miss Teen USA. Pete and the actress tied the knot in September 30, 2000. In 2002, on the 21st of November, the couple welcomed their firstborn. The bouncing baby boy was named Christian Charles Sampras, and their secondborn was born in July 29, 2005. The second was also a son and goes by the name Ryan Nicolaus Sampras. The family lives in Lake Sherwood, California. As a result of his beta thalassemia, minor genetic trait, there are high chances that Pete sometimes experiences mild anemia. He is a Republican, and in 2008, he was a John McCain supporter. Charity. Sampras is still heavily involved with work for the Tim and Tom Gullickson Foundation. Sampras had an outstanding relationship with the late Tim Gullickson, who was his coach for a period. The Pete Sampras Golf Classic is an annual charitable tournament that Sampras organizes for the work of the foundation. Their charitable work includes the American Cancer Awareness Society, Aces for Charity, Vitas Gerulaitis Youth Foundation, and Kids Stuff Foundation. Playing style. Sampras was an all-court player who would often serve and volley. Possessing an all-around skill, in the early years of his career, when not serving, his strategy was to be offensive from the baseline, put opponents in a defensive position, and finish points at the net. In his later years, he became even more offensive and would either employ a chip-and-charge strategy or try to hit an offensive shot on the return and follow his return to the net. He had an accurate and powerful serve, widely considered among players, commentators, and fans as one of the best of all time. He had a great disguise on both his first and second serves. His second serve was nearly as powerful as his first. He was known for producing aces on critical points, even with his second serves. Sampras was able to hit winners from both his forehand and backhand from all over the court. He was able to catch attacks wide to his forehand using his speed and hitting a forehand shot on the run. When successfully executed, he won many points outright or put opponents immediately on the defensive due to the considerable pace and flat nature of the shot. This style did not help him on clay courts. Awards. Pete Sampras has achieved a lot of recognition due to his playing skills when it comes to tennis. For 6 consecutive years, from 1993 to 1998, Pete Sampras was the year's ATP player. At the same period, he was also the ITF World Champion. As far as the Wimbledon singles title is concerned, he ranks second after Federer and Borg, since the two have won 5 consecutive titles, whereas he has won 3. He's also one of the few tennis players who have won a Grand Slam tournament 4 times consecutively. He was the winner of the Grand Slam singles titles as a teenager and in his 20s and 30s. His induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame was in 2007. Net worth and endorsements. As of 2021, Pete Sampras' net worth is approximately $170 million. His primary source of income is his career as a tennis player, and the figure doesn't come as a surprise given the prize money that came with his many wins. At the same time, he's made money through product endorsements. That's how Pete has amassed his current net worth. When Pete Sampras was at the peak of his powers, it was hard to imagine that there was any tennis racket worth buying other than Wilson. The Wilson Pro Staff Original only made its initial appearance on the ATP Tour midway through the 80s, competing against many more fancied brands. Before Sampras became the sporting icon that he was, he would wear apparel designed and produced by Sergio Tacchini. While the Italian sports clothing brand remains prominent in 2020, Sampras actually parted ways with the firm in 1994. That is sometimes hard to believe, as the association between Sampras and Nike is the only one that anybody growing up in the 90s can remember. It's impossible to imagine that the American tennis star ever wore anything else before that. So this is the end of the video, the millionaire lifestyle of Pete Sampras. We hope you really enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. But before you go, subscribe, like, and share the video, and don't forget, hit the bell icon to check out our interesting videos made just for you.